morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Namaste and welcome. I'm Sarina. I've been committed to doing these videos with you guys every Thursday or every other Thursday around this time. Today, we're actually doing it on Friday, only because of my special guest and her schedule. I wanted to accommodate it and make sure that you guys get to see who she is. I really hope that you are here. I really hope that you are saying hi. I would love for you guys to comment in, chime in, say hello, and see how you're doing. We are really in for a treat today. We're going to do a quick workout for about 10 minutes or so. And then we're going to sit with Reshma Patel. We're going to chat with her. And I can't wait for you to meet her. She's one of my dearest friends, and I'm just really excited to have her here. Let's just give it a few minutes just to get everybody in. I want to start exactly at 12:10. I'm going to bring Reshma in as well. And I want to make sure that we, have a great workout. So make sure that you have some weights. If you don't have any weights, grab maybe a bottle of water or two. Grab some water so you can use it as weights. I have my 5-pound weights here. I'm ready to roll, so I got those. So we'll do some really just 5 exercises. We'll do squats, we'll do upper body, we'll do a leg, we'll do upper body, and then maybe we'll do something else. It's really quick, 10 minutes. If that's all I got, I know I want to give that to you. And so I want to make sure that you get your workout in as well. It's really important to just take 10 minutes out of your day. That starts right now. So if you can just do it with me, that would be amazing. If you are here chiming in, please say hi. We'll love to have you guys come in. I know that it's smack in the middle of the day, and so I'm hoping that you guys are going to give me everything you have. Let's go ahead and bring in Reshma. I'm really excited to add her to our workout. Hi, Reshma.
Hi, Sarina. It's so great to see you.
So great to see you too. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. I know sometimes this is like a little delay. And so I just want to make sure that, you can hear me and you can see me. And we're just going to, we're going to have a great workout this morning. I think it's really important for everyone out there to see that not only do you care about New York City, but you also care about the health of New York City, including yours. And so as, your longtime friend for many years, I would love to, let's get on our quick workout in for today, and then we will go ahead and then we'll sit and chat. And I would just love to hear about your story. I am constantly surprised by something new that I'm always learning, and so I would love to hear about your story and for you to share with everyone why you're running and all of that good stuff. But first, let's definitely get our workout in. Does that sound good?
Yes, and thank you for having me.
Of course, fantastic. Okay, so you have some weights with you?
Yes, I have 3 pounds, 8 pounds, and 10 pounds.
Okay, cool. Whatever you feel like doing, whatever weights that you want. For everyone that's out there, we're gonna get started. I want to get started real soon. So for everyone that's out there just joining in right now and settling in, I know that we're right in the middle of lunch, and so just give me 10 to 15 minutes of your time and let's rock and roll. I want to start exactly at 12:10, so that way we can just get 10 minutes in. I'm gonna start our timer right now because I got a stopwatch that's gonna make sure that keeps us in check. We're gonna do 1 minute wait, so I want to stretch you out real quick. There's no music, so it's just really us. So go ahead and put your weights down, Reshma.
Okay.
I'm really excited that we have Reshma here. So wherever you're chiming in from, please say hello. Please tell us where you're coming in from, and then I can't wait for you to hear her story. All right, so go ahead and take your right arm across and stretch it out. All right, go ahead and take your right arm across and stretch it out. And go ahead and take your left arm across and stretch it out. Okay, nice job. You're just gonna go side to side, side to side, side to side, right there. Awesome. All right, if you have an iWatch, I'm actually gonna or an Apple Watch, I'm actually gonna go ahead and start the functional training. If you have one, go for it, all right? So we're just gonna start off with some jumping jacks. You got that ready, Reshma? You got the functional training part? All right, so here we go, ready?
Yeah, I do.
So let's just do some jumping jacks, just get our body warmed up. So let's do 25 jumping jacks. Ready? Let's go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, nice. 5, 6, 8, 10, nice. 11, 12. One more, 3 more, 2 more, Nice job. All right, so take that right leg up and stretch it out. Abs are really tight, okay? Yeah, we got some stretch out that quad. That's right there. I hope you can see me. Other side, you're gonna stretch out that quad, okay? So there you go. Yeah, nice job. And so then just take that leg out. See if you can lean forward and stretch out that hamstring. Yeah, awesome. And then other side, lean forward, stretch out. Now, it's really cool. I actually don't have shoes on. So if you don't want to wear shoes, it's totally fine. We're in the privacy of our own home, so it's totally okay. Reach over and stretch it out. Other side, reach over and stretch it out. All right, nice job. Okay, here we go. So let's get our weights, and we are gonna do this for a minute. We got side raises for 30 seconds, okay? And then we're gonna rest. We're gonna do a cardio, and then we'll rest. Get ready, and we got some side raises. So you're gonna go straight up, right here. Let's go. You got 1. However many you can do, Reshma. Okay, 2. Side raises. 3. Everyone, wherever you're at, come on. Let's go. Get it in. And up. Side raises. I got 5 pounds. Reshma's got her weights. Wherever you're at, even if you got some bottles of water, even if you're just using your own body weight, go for it, all right? So side raises right there. Boom. Keep going, and make sure you keep breathing. Nice job. You got 10 more wherever you're at. 9. 8, woo, 7, there you go, 6, 5, last 4, come on, 3, you got 2, and hold it up, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, nice job, drop it down, great job. So I'm gonna do about minute exercises, all right? Did you feel that, Reshma?
Yes.
Woo, all right, let's just jog in place for 30 seconds, come on. Just jog in place for 30 seconds. Easy peasy stuff. Yeah. Easy stuff. Okay? You got 15 more seconds. Nice job. Last 4, 3, 2. Awesome. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's grab that weight of yours. Okay? I got 10 pounds in my hand, right? So it's up to you. We're gonna do some squats. So we got 45 seconds squat. So knees are parallel, toes are parallel. If you guys can see me, knees are parallel, toes are parallel. So you're gonna squat, you're gonna stick your glutes out, all right? So ready? And drop it down. 1, however many you can do. 2, nice. 3, there you go. We got 4, woo! 5, so 6, oh my God, 7, totally get it up there, Reshma, awesome, woo, nice job, here we go, keep going, you got 20 more seconds, yep, woo, keep it going, nice job. So wherever you're at, joining in from, let us know, we love to hear from you. Here we go, you got 4 more wherever you're at, 3 more, woo, 2 more, and here we go, last 1. Great job. Drop those weights down. Woo! Nice job. So, Reshma, we're going to go side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. Arms up, side to side. Nice. Side to side. There you go. Woo! Hear me out. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Woo! Awesome. Get some water, please. Get some water. Great job, guys. Great job. All right. So in about 5 seconds, we'll do some triceps. So grab some weights. You're going to lean forward, okay? Slightly arch your back. Arms are going to go out. You're going to come in. You can do as many as you can starting now. Let's go. 1, take it out. 2, you got triceps. Nice. 3, there you go. Woo. You got 30 seconds. Nice. 7, boom. 8, back of your arms. 9, you got to work those arms. Boom. Yeah. Back, so you're going to slightly lean forward. Work the back of your arms. Boom. Squeeze it tight. Woo. 10 more seconds wherever you're at. How you doing, Reshma? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Here we go. Last 10, 9. You got 8, 7. Woo. 6, 5, 4, 3. You got 2. Hold down, squeeze tight. Hold down, squeeze tight. Hold down, squeeze tight. Nice job. Take it off. Woo. Fantastic. Okay. Arms go up. And you're going to bring your knees in. Boom, boom. This is just really easy, guys. We could go so super hardcore. But I want to keep it easy so you guys can join in and make sure you got it. Because we got the world, here, and we just want to make sure we can accommodate everybody's ability of where they're at. Here we go. Woo! You got 10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Take it off. Woo! Get some water, my love. Get some water. Okay. So we did some side raises. We did squats. We did some triceps. And now we're going to go back to legs. And this time we're going to do jump squats. So that jump squat is going to look out like this. You're going to jump back in. So you're going to jump out and jump back in. Okay? However many you can do in 30 seconds. Are you ready? Yes? Let's roll. Go. 1, 2, and in. 3, 4. So legs are going to go in and out. 5, woo, 6. Woo. However many you can do in and out. Nice job. Jump squats. Come on. Yeah. Keep going. Here we go. You got 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6. Work them legs. 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo. Last one. Nice job. Put that down. Here we go. We got some football runs right here, Reshma. You doing okay? We're almost done. We got 2 more minutes of a workout.
Yes.
Go as fast as you can. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. As fast as you can. Let's go, let's go. Come on. Get it. Woo! That's 10, 9, 8, 6. Great job. Woo! Get some water. Nice. Fantastic. You doing okay? More exercises, all right? Okay, here we go. Grab them weights. We're gonna do some super easy biceps. And go. Up. Woo. Yeah. For all the heavy lifting that you're gonna be doing in New York. Woo, for everything you've done. Work all of that. Yeah, with those biceps. Take it up and squeeze. Take it up and squeeze. Nice job. Up. Great job. Woo. I love this. I usually have guests come on. We usually do a workout of some sort, whether it's dance or weight training, and just gets our energy flowing. So it's just really exciting to have you here. Here we go. 10 more. 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up and squeeze your biceps. Squeeze it and squeeze. Nice job. Take it off. Woo! All right, so I'm going to have you take your right leg out, and your arms are going to come up. And you're going to give me something called a repeater, okay? So this is sort of like that hit, sweat it out. Hope you're sweating. You're going to bring it up and down, okay? Here we go. You're going to bring it up and down. Ready? Let's roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other side. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice job. Now one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Woo! 10. Great job. That took us right to 10 minutes. Give me double high five. Double high five, Reshma. Double high five. Woo! Awesome. Okay, so here we go. Take it out real quick. Let's stretch it out. Woo. And you're gonna go to the other side. Nice job. That's all I wanted to do was just get 10 minutes in. We'll turn this off and we're gonna pause this and we're gonna end it. And it looks like about 100 calories right there, which is pretty awesome. Take that. One leg goes out and stretch it out. And the other leg goes out and stretch it out. Woo! Nice job. Touch your toes. See if you can touch your toes all the way. Yeah. And take it up. Nice job. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them back and back. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Nice job. For those of you who have chimed in with us, I'm really excited that you're here. Thank you so much. So now that we've cooled down a little bit, we're going to chat with Reshma, and I'm really excited. I'm going to bring her. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to enjoy right here. And Reshma, have a seat. Welcome. Thank you so much for working out with me this morning. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it was just a quick, easy 10 minutes, so I'm really happy that you got to do that. I hope you feel good. Are you sweating?
Yes. And it was great to work out because these days I'm super busy and I don't get to work out as much as I'd like to.
I know.
So thank you for that.
I wanted to, so tell us, everyone that is out there, I wanted to just find out, tell us, what are you running for? Reshma Patel is one of my dearest friends. I've known her for a really long time. She has supported everything that I've done in the last 20 years with Masala, Bhangra, and has been at almost every event if she's in town, almost every milestone. And so it's just really exciting to see her in this realm, running for comptroller, NYC Comptroller. So Reshma, first of all, I'm just really excited for you.
All right. Well, thank you, Sarina, so much for being so supportive, on this journey for me. And it's been wonderful to see, Masala Bhangra grow from its early days. And you're where I started my fitness journey. I didn't used to work out until I started doing Masala Bhangra, and have gotten fitter and fitter as I've gotten older because of the fitness journey that you led me on. So I appreciate that, and got me to try a lot of other types of fitness as well because of you're motivating me to do a lot of different things. So I really appreciate that. And so I'm running for New York City Comptroller, which is an office that a lot of people don't know about, but it is one of 3 citywide offices we have here in New York City. And it's the mayor, which obviously everyone knows about. There's a public advocate, and then there's a comptroller. And the comptroller serves as the chief financial officer of New York City, is responsible for the city's pension funds, for the financing of our capital program, which is the funding of our schools, bridges, roads, potholes that you might be upset about. And all city agencies are audited by the comptroller, and the comptroller is really supposed to be there to make sure that we as New Yorkers get the public value that we're supposed to with our tax dollars. And I'm running for comptroller because I feel that New York hasn't been able to do that. We have a lot of good policy initiatives, but we never really implement them fully. And we saw that during COVID. We have a budget that's almost $100 billion in this city, but yet so many community needs were not met before COVID. And then we saw what happened as a result of that when so many people, 31,000 New Yorkers, had to die last year. And yes, the pandemic was something out of our control, but I believe that our response could have been better. And I think that starts with spending our city's money in a better way, in a more prudent way. And that prompted me to run for comptroller. I have 20 years of experience working in public finance. I had served as a financial advisor to the city comptroller's office. So it's an office I know really well. But usually people who hold this office are people who are traditional politicians who are just using it usually for a stepping stone to the next position, which is usually wanting to run for mayor. And I thought at this critical time for New York City, we need someone who has a skill set to do this job. And I also believe that we need more diverse leadership in our city government. And I think we need more women leaders, which is something else I think we learned from this pandemic, that women, lead in different ways.
That is amazing. I'm really excited for you. No, I've said this to you many times that ever since I saw that you were running, I'm like, oh my God, what can I do to support you in whatever shape or form? And I think that's just awesome. I think you're leading such a great campaign. In the campaign journey, you've been very busy. You've been running from event to event. And so with this new sort of experience, right? I see you running from event to event all the time. I would see you do that because you were just always at all these really fantastic events. But now you're at different events for different reasons. What I would say, I wanted to ask you, what would be your experience of running for office? What has been some of the most eye-opening experiences that you didn't see coming before? And what is something that you've experienced that you knew was going to happen? So two different questions.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been an incredible journey and a hard journey, but an incredible journey. And I loved New York City before I decided to run, and I would travel to all parts of the city for some festival that was happening or to try a restaurant, right? But what running for office has done is has got people welcome me into their homes and their businesses to talk about their issues in a way that I didn't see as somebody who is part of New York City, or even through my nonprofit work, which often led me to a lot of these communities. And it's been amazing. I feel like I've gained a lot of family members, especially like an older generation of people, especially in the immigrant communities, both our South Asian immigrant communities, but the Chinese community, the Korean community. And that's because of this election and this campaigning has happened during this rise in anti-Asian hate. And there's many more people who are aware of what's happening in our community. And again, Asian Americans faced discrimination for a long time, but it wasn't talked about, right? Because we're kind of seen as the model minority. And a lot of the older generation have shared stories with me about the kind of racism that they faced when they first came here. Mostly in the 80s, a lot of those people didn't have a voice because they were working all the time and they were trying to raise their families. And so when they sit down with me, they're so excited to see that someone from their community is able to now participate in a way that they were unable to because just every day was a struggle for them.
They're basically seeing like a face to say, okay, this young woman who is vibrant and has a lot of energy is now representing us. And finally, I feel like somebody is representing us, right? Somebody's speaking for us, has a voice for us. That's amazing. I wanted to ask you, know what?
And it's interesting. Yeah, because I can, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. This is the issue with, going live. And
the delay.
There's a delay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was just going to say that it's very different because when I was approaching this as, we need better fiscal prudence and management, and obviously representation was important to me, but I was looking at it from very much a second generation issue and not a first generation issue. And that has been eye-opening for me to hear those experiences.
Got it. Overall, with everyone that you have met so far, ever since you started campaigning, with everyone that you have met, all kinds of different cultures, different generations, different ages, what's the overall message that you're hearing?
So, across communities, right? People are worried. It is different though from community to community, and we need to recognize that, right? Like, as I mentioned, within the Asian community, it is about finally having a voice in our city government at a time when people now see that this hate is not only on them, but the people who kind of bared it, and because for a better future for their children, as so many in our community do, they're seeing now this discrimination against their children, and they can't stand for that, and often even their grandchildren at this point, right? So that's very different than the issues I hear if I'm in the American community, where, 2.5 COVID, right? Twice as many businesses failed in African American communities than in other communities. And for them, it is, not just what COVID happened, but it's been a systemic disinvestment, right? And structural racism that's happened that made it so that they don't have access to the best housing, the best schools. And, how do we create equity in how they've just been left behind for so many generations, right? And it's, hearing those stories. And then I would say overall, though, in most places, crime is up in the city, or people are feeling unsafe. If you look at the numbers, New York crime is nowhere at the rate that it was, say, in the 90s, but it is higher than it was, say, 2 years ago. And small business owners are feeling unsafe. People in a lot of different communities are feeling unsafe on the streets or in the subway. And that is a pretty common theme I'm hearing.
Got it. And so as comptroller, right, what's the top 3 agenda, items that you would just want to hit full force?
Yeah, so overall, I want to be comptroller because I want New York City to be more efficient, more innovative, and more inclusive. And the way to do that is the efficiency comes from, a third of our budget almost, we've spent $24 billion on contracts with outside vendors, nonprofits, small businesses, and that process is completely not transparent. And the problem with that is often we may be paying more for stuff than we should, but contracts are inaccessible to smaller businesses. And if we are at this point trying to grow our economy and support our small businesses, we need to make that process seamless and more transparent. And one of the things that the city does is it requires people to provide services before they pay them. And that's hard for a lot of new businesses that are starting, or a lot of women-owned businesses or minority-owned businesses. So I think that if we're talking about this issue of how do we make efficiency, how do we spend our money better, and how do we become more inclusive, we need to fix that process so more people have access to the city contracts. With the agency audits, we need to be looking across agencies. Like when we think about the homeless problem, the Department of Homeless Services is not talking to the Department of Housing Preservation and trying to figure out how we can support people who need permanent housing, who don't have it, because each of these agencies is kind of working on their own. And I believe that if we can get more logistics management, more coordination, we could address a lot of these issues and increase efficiency and lower cost.
Got it. And with some of the other candidates that are running, what has inspired you about them?
So all the other candidates, there are 10 people running now. When I entered the race, there were only 4, and that was at the end of January. So this is a huge field. And if people don't know, there's 483 people running for office in New York City right now. So you must be getting a lot of campaign literature and seeing things on the street. So it's an unprecedented election in New York City for many reasons. The sheer number of people, it's the first time we have something called ranked choice voting, obviously a new mayor at a critical time. And I all of my opponents, many of them I knew before because they were elected officials. And I've been, impressed by many of them actually in a way that I didn't from afar, now that I've gotten to know them through meetings and Zoom calls, and everyone's very nice. I may believe that I have a better skill set, but I believe that they really care about our city and have a good vision for our city too.
So when you were done, I believe your story is that when you were done with college, you came straight to New York and you haven't left. You came straight to Manhattan, and you've been here for 3 decades, 2 decades? How many decades have you been here?
Yes. No, 3 decades, almost 3 decades. It'll be 3 decades in like 3 years, I think. I have to count, but yeah.
It's
3 decades in 3 years.
It's been fascinating for you, I'm sure, to see New York change so much and even stay in the city, throughout COVID. What is it about the city? You've seen it change in 30 years, ups and downs, some good days, some not so good days. What is it about the city that you still love so much?
So even during COVID, I stayed here the whole time. I went to see my parents once during that time, once it was safe to do so. And my family initially last April, when things were just really bad in the city, my family was like, no, come. They're from Massachusetts. They're like, no, come stay here with us. Or friends around the country were like, come here because the rates in New York are so high. But I chose to stay. And I chose to stay because some of the organizations that I was volunteering for were doing COVID relief work. And I thought that I should stay here and help rather than if I went to someone else's home, and it'd be great to be with family, but what was I going to do there? Like I wanted to add value and just be here in New York during its difficult period. And it was the best decision I made because more than my serving the community, I believe that I learned so much from the community. In New York, even with nothing happening, was still the most interesting place in the world for me because of these people that I met.
Totally. What's like that absolutely one favorite thing about New York?
I mean, it has to be the diversity, because when I talk about how every day is interesting, it's because I just meet a new person who has such a dynamic story. I mean, either it's because of the place they came from or the struggles they had, or just an interest they have, which is just so unique. And most people here do multiple different things, right? Their career, but then they have some other interesting hobby and talent. And it's just inspiring. And it inspires me to be better every day.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, just being in New York, I completely agree. The amount of diversity that you do meet every day, you're right. They have a career, but then the hobbies that they do on the side, quite fascinating.
Yes.
I remember when I came to New York, I mean, I still love it. It still has the beat of my soul. It is still one of the most diverse places I know. It has given me a home. It's created my career. It's done so much for me. So I'm very loyal to the city of New York for sure. and of course with just all the cuisines and people. But that was the one thing that fascinated me the most, is just to meet the different kinds of people and the different kinds of conversation and learning from all of those people. I remember I used to have dinner parties and I would just invite a group of people that I brought together, and still today they are still friends today. So that makes me feel good that I was able to bring a diverse group of people together, and then they go on now to meet others. It's been challenging for me to get back into the beat of Manhattan, post getting married and having 2 kids. And so I try, I try to get into the city as often as I can, besides teaching. But you know what? One thing I wanted to see, every time I talk to you, you are always lately, just being on this campaign, you have been running from event to event. You have been running from campaign to campaign, or, doing something on the streets of New York. And so you've been very busy campaigning. So what's the campaign life like?
Sure. Well, one thing I want to add is that the diversity in New York is actually not, I find, in Manhattan, but it is where you live, right? You're in Fresh Meadows, Forest Hills, all of those areas. I mean, in Flushing, it is such an incredibly diverse community, and it's so interesting for me every time I go there, and which I've been going a lot about campaigning. I wish I had time to call you up when I was there, because it's always out meeting people, trying to get votes. But I think that the diversity of the city is also the community that you live in is so different than the community I live in also, and it's a short subway ride away from me.
Right.
So, yeah. So campaigning, campaigning is multiple things that you're out there. Obviously, getting votes is the most important thing. And so what I've been doing, and right now is especially busy because early voting started last Saturday. It ends this Sunday. And then the election is June 22nd, Tuesday. So I'm out, today I was out to met people at a senior center. I was at a train station in Bayside talking to voters, giving them my palm cards, making sure that they vote, going to voting locations, polling stations, getting people out to vote, speaking at different community events, debate. Last night there was a debate on NBC that I had to be at, and so I had to prepare for that, and that took up several hours of my time. And before that, a lot of the campaigning time early on is actually reaching out to community members to support your campaign, because you have this whole issue of having to finance campaigns, which is very expensive, and fundraising. So the early months were all about fundraising, and a lot of that actually happened not through in-person events this year because of COVID still being strong until just May. Really, we weren't able to really have large gatherings, so that was a lot of virtual. And then there's a lot of forums happening. Lots of community organizations will hold forums where they invite all the candidates, and each one has their 3 minutes to pitch their idea and take questions from the group members, and then they will endorse you, give you support.
That's amazing. So already this morning, you went from Manhattan to Bayside, Queens. Then from there, you went somewhere else, and then back in Manhattan to meet up with me.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I've been up since 5 a.m. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I went to sleep at midnight. Yeah.
And I'm sure you haven't been sleeping much. Ever since you decided to run for campaign, do you have a team of people that help you out? Like, how does that work? Do you have a staff of a team of just a team of people that help you and guide you in the right way?
Yes, they are. My campaign, being a first-time candidate and being somebody who had about 6 months to do this, it wasn't as organized as other campaigns. And also other campaigns generally, especially those who run before, have a lot more money. So they'll actually hire a lot more staff. Mine has been mostly, I don't have a campaign office. We've been doing it virtually from my apartment now because people can meet. And I have staff. I mean, my staff is essentially, I have a really good friend who had been instrumental in getting me to run, and she has been really helpful. Another friend who's been serving as my campaign manager. So for me, they've been essential, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. And then there are quite a few people, especially right now, that we've hired to be out there handing out flyers, putting up posters, and going around to each poll site and making sure that voters know about me.
That's awesome, Reshma. That must be so exciting to see your name, right?
Yeah.
Your name is going to show up in the polls. So when we all go vote, I'm going to see Reshma Patel. That just must be such an exciting feeling to be like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. What do your parents have to say about this?
Yeah, so they're super excited. Obviously, running has meant like this whole week. I used to call them every day, and I haven't actually talked to them all week. And I didn't get a chance. I have my Father's Day card, but I haven't had a chance to drop it off and mail it, which is, now it's going to be late, unfortunately. But so it's unfortunate that I don't seem to find the time to talk to them as much, but they're super excited and have been incredibly supportive. And then, my dad basically shook down every relative to like donate to my campaign, and then found every relative he could who has any Queens connection. Well, majority of my Queens, but anywhere in New York City area, he like wrote for my daughter.
That's amazing. So they're out in Boston or in Massachusetts, still campaigning for you in a different way, which is so awesome.
Yes.
I recently saw one of your posts that you got to meet the owner or the founder of Patel Brothers. Is that correct?
Yes. And it was interesting because I went there to ask if I could put a poster up. I was in Jackson Heights, and I'd gone to Patel Brothers a few times. Obviously, we've all gone to Patel Brothers to buy groceries. And even during this campaign season, there's two. There's one in Belrose and one there that I've been in that neighborhood multiple times campaigning, and I've gone in there. But this time, when I went to ask if I could put up the poster, I had talked to the owner, and he was, "Oh, wait, I've been waiting for you. I heard about you," because I had come to the store before. And it was so cute because right away he got all his employees. He's like, "Okay, how much money do you need?" And I was like, "No, I'm just here to put up a poster. I could always use the support." But but it was really touching. And then not only that, but as I was leaving, they gave me a box of sweets to eat, because as you know, in our culture, whenever anything happens, when someone has a child or buys a house or buys a car, you give them a box of sweets. So
that is amazing. When I saw that you met with the founder of Patel Brothers and the owner, he's done a fantastic job. He really, I salute him. He's really brought in something special for the South Asian community throughout the United States. I'm sure he had and I'm getting emotional talking about it because I'm sure he had an uphill battle. It wasn't easy at all. But now today, everybody knows that if they need groceries to go to Patel Brothers, and it's exciting to know that the owner is right here in Jackson Heights. I mean, that to me just warms my heart knowing that he's in New York City.
Yeah, so it's actually a big family. So the original Patel Brothers is from Chicago, and this New York franchise, all the New York stores, which is in New York City, but Long Island, New Jersey, they have everywhere. They even have them. They've opened up in Massachusetts too. Which when I was growing up, we had to drive to New York to buy Indian groceries. So it's pretty amazing that there's one there. But so he's who controls this Northeast area is the nephew.
Okay.
So it's the original owner's sister's son who runs. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lives here. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So I stand corrected. Yeah. But that's awesome that they've kept it within the family, right?
Yeah.
Kept it within the family.
Yeah.
That's so I'm glad that you got to meet him. I'm happy that he supported you. Were you able to put your poster up?
Yeah, I was. It was great.
So do you have posters now all over New York City as far as the subways and just everywhere? So when you're walking by, sometimes you say, "Oh my God, there's my poster."
Yeah, so I haven't seen a poster of mine yet, mostly because I've just been running around and hopping on things. But so many friends have been sending me photos of, "Hey, look, I saw your poster." So
totally.
That's been fun. Yeah. I mean, it still feels surreal because I myself can't believe that I'm actually on the ballot and I'm running and all this is happening to me. Like I even got this week, they gave these little bags with my racial Patel Comptroller. And yesterday, some guy comes up to me and he says, "Oh, I like your bag. I'm going to be voting for her." And I was like, "That's me."
That's amazing. That is awesome.
Yeah.
What has anyone discouraged you from running?
So the people who discouraged me from running were initially when I decided contemplating. I spent a few weeks contemplating whether or not I should run. And the people who discouraged me were other elected officials and people who are within political system here in New York City. Because for me to do this is pretty a bold step, because somebody should first run for city council and then run for citywide office. Because, it is a big place and people believe that you can't just run for a citywide office often. So I did have some people who said, you should probably not do this. And especially when other elected officials are running, right? And another elected official is going to probably not want you to run. It's almost like waiting your turn
Right.
type of mentality that happens, and you rise within the party ranks.
Right.
So I did feel some of that, from people, and a lot of people who I've worked with, who I know in local politics here in New York City, have, they're supporting other candidates, and that's okay. I don't take that personally, because I understand that that's how the system works.
No, but I can just imagine, when I first started Masala Bhangra, I had a lot of people support me. And I think that the two biggest supporters, the most important supporters to me, were my mom and my sister. So thank God I had my family, there for me. And thank God that they had my back. So I felt them both on each side, ready to roll. And I'm really happy that they had that. But then, you have a lot of people out there that you anticipate to support you. And then sometimes it's a little bit of a shock going, God, I thought that I would have the support of so-and-so and so-and-so. And it was just a little eye-opener to see, wow, it really, you get to see who really steps forward for you and really support you. And of course, with any sort of trying something new, you're always going to have a lot of people totally have your back. And a lot of people are like, I don't know if you should do that. That's a waste of time. I feel like I've heard it all. At the end of the day, I'm just happy that I followed my gut, which I believe you did as well, right? Because you're on the candidate now, right? You're on the slip. I mean, it's amazing. I'm proud that you followed your gut to say, I might be new, but I have a very strong financial background, and I can turn this city around, and I know what I'm doing. And I believe that because I think you're one of the most strongest and smartest financial women I have ever met. And I've even said to you, can you come help me?
Yeah.
I said to you so many times, help me raise money, or help me, figure out the finances. Where does, how do you allocate? How do you do all that? And I know that you are a very strong candidate for that. I know that that's just what you're really good at. And so I fully believe that even if you're not, you haven't had many years of experience, I do believe there's no accident that you are running, really.
Well, thank you. And I mean, the supporters have far outnumbered the naysayers, because the support I've gotten from so many friends and family, it's been amazing. I mean, they say when you run for office is when you find out who your friends are. And for me, it's been, wow, I have so much support, and it's been great. But the one thing I have to say is, I'm so grateful for your support, because you just called me up and said, how can I help you? And it has been people in the fitness community, like my yoga teacher, Pilates teachers, some classes I've taken, who I haven't even been in touch with, because, with COVID, we kind of weren't doing in studios anymore. And I may have, when I worked in a different place, that person was teaching there and now lost touch with them. But they all reached out to me through social media and were like, how can we help? What can we do? And it's been wonderful to see that from the fitness community, which is interesting because the people that I've supported, and I've supported them when they were starting off their, fitness business. But the people who haven't been as supportive has been interesting, because I've also supported a lot of people in fashion, and if someone is out there trying to start their own brand or do something, we have a trunk show or something, and I'll just buy something because I want to support them and do that. And I've been surprised the lack of kind of support from that community compared to the fitness community, was the same thing, right? They were entrepreneurs starting off, and I was like, I'm going to support them.
Right. But you've always been that way, Reshma. I've known you for 20 years, and you are one of those women that have always supported entrepreneurs starting off. And whether you need the product or not, whether you need, I believe you bought some of my DVDs, whether you need it or not, just to have that support from you, really, I think goes a long way. And that's just really, that's really touching for me. That's really emotional for me. And now being an entrepreneur for 20 years, that's something that I want to do for other entrepreneurs that I see. I've seen a lot now on social media, and just a lot of people out there that, I buy something, I may not use it, but I just want them to know, or I feel good. They may not know me, but I feel good knowing that I purchased that product, because I just know how hard it is to get your name out there in any shape, way, or form, no matter what you're doing, whether it's fitness, whether it's fashion, whether it's politics. It really, takes a very a perseverance type person to persevere forward and say, all right, let's do this. No matter what happens, we're going to make this happen. I saw recently somewhere something about unbought and unbossed. What does that
So I
mean?
have my t-shirt. So one person in fashion who has been super supportive is a woman named Lisa Sun, who has a company called Gravitas, and she actually made this t-shirt for me because it's my favorite saying. And I was actually planning to wear it on the debate stage, but it got nixed because of the color. It was like the white was too bright, but I'm gonna wear it at my next campaign event. And this slogan is by Shirley Chisholm, who was a woman, congresswoman from Brooklyn. She is an African American woman. She is sadly no longer with us, but just a leader in feminism, in racial justice issues. She was the first woman actually to run for president on a major party ticket, and she ran in 1972.
Nice.
And her slogan was unbought and unbossed because nobody controlled her. And I kind of love that. And I believe for anybody who is an outsider running in politics, or anyone who's an outsider doing anything, right? It's that you are unbought and unbossed. Like even with you, when you're starting your business, you're just doing something completely new, different from anything else anyone was doing in the fitness industry.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. Unbought and unbossed, definitely. I'm not sure if I feel like that today, only because I have a 4-year-old that seems to be bossing me around. But that's a different topic altogether. But I still am the boss. Anyway, Reshma, before we take off, before we end our beautiful conversation, if there are young women out there today, or even young men that are wanting to run for politics, that want to get into politics, want to be a change, want to stand for change, what would you say to them? What would be your words of inspiration to the younger generation that's going to want to get into politics?
So our democracy only works if everyone participates. So we need everyone to vote, but we need people to do more to make sure that everybody's voices are heard, because right now only the loudest voices get heard. And so I really want young people, and especially young people from different communities that don't have representation right now, to really get out there and get involved in politics, run for office, and consider local politics. You be a school board or a county committee or something like that, because those offices actually have a lot of impact. People always think of Congress or Senate or something bigger, but you can really have a true impact at the local level. So I would say consider that. Don't be afraid to do it. Anybody has a right to run for office in our country. And there's all kinds of training programs now for young people, and I would encourage you to take a look at them.
That is amazing. All right, so Reshma Patel, 2021.com.
So it's Reshma2021.com.
Oh no, we got to fix that right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as Reshma2021.com, right?
Yes, and it's at Reshma Patel NYC on social media. So if you want to follow me.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
So this is Reshma2021.com. So for those that are out there, I'm sorry for that mess up there. For those that are out there that want to check out Reshma Patel, she's running for NYC Comptroller 2021. Elections are in a few days, and I really hope that you guys get to go out and vote. Please do. It's really important that we get out there and just vote for all of the politicians that are running, and pick our choices. And we have the right to do that, so let's use our rights to make that happen. Reshma, it's been an honor to have you here with me today. Thank you so much. I know we've done a few lives, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook, and so for those that didn't get to chime in and hang out with us today, certainly, this will stay on our platforms. And so, whoever wants to come back and listen to this and work out with us also will be able to see this. I wish you the best of luck, my friend. And I know you're going to rock, and can't wait to vote for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in person soon.
Bye, Reshma.
Okay. Bye.